Integumentary system. Skin is the largest organ in the human body representing the integumentary system. Skin has 3 layers of structures. The superficial layer is epidermis, the avascular layer without blood vessels composed of 4 to 5 layers of epithelial tissues for the protection of the skin. Dermis is the second layer made of collagens with most structures inside such as sweat gland, sudoriferous gland, to regulate body temperature, oil gland, sebaceous gland, to moisturize skin. Erector pili, the smooth muscles produce goosebumps when contracting the hair follicles and blood vessels. The third layer is hypodermis, also named as subcutaneous layer, and has adipose tissue and sensory nerve fibers. The sensory receptors exist in all layers of the skin. They are nociceptors detecting pain, thermoreceptors for temperature changes, mechanoreceptors for touch, pressure, vibration, and stretching. Among the mechanoreceptors, Meissner's corpuscles are responsible for delicate touch and low-frequency vibration, while the Pacinian corpuscles are for deep pressure and high-frequency vibration. Cardiovascular system. As the name suggests, the cardiovascular system is the one composed of cardio, the heart, and vascular, the blood vessels. Heart is the organ made of the myocardium, the branching cardiac muscle tissues with valves separating into 4 chambers, left and right atrium and left and right ventricle connecting to the veins and arteries, respectively. The open loss of the valves is controlled by the papillary muscles projecting in the inner surface of the heart. Take the mitral valve as example. When the papillary muscles relax, the valve opens and blood flows from left atrium to the left ventricle. When papillary muscles contract, the valve blocks to avoid blood flowing back and the muscles of the left ventricle contract to bump the blood to the aorta, the largest artery in the body, and to all parts of the body. There is a special cardiac muscle tissue which forms the heart conducting system and acts as nervous tissue to transport electrical impulses. The SA, sinoatrial node, is the beginning order of the heart rate and rhythm with the internodal tract to AV, atrioventricular node, and bundle branches. The electrical signals of the heart can be detected through ECG, electrocardiograph. The blood vessels are of 3 types: artery, vein, and capillary. Artery is the blood vessel with blood flowing away from the heart. Vein is the blood vessel with blood flowing towards the heart. Capillary is the tiny blood vessel between the tiny artery, arteriole, and tiny vein, venule. Capillary is looked on as the tiny artery. The primary function of the artery is to transport the blood from the heart. Therefore, the structure of the artery has a thick layer of smooth muscle and small diameter for high-pressure pushing blood. On the contrary, the vein has a larger vessel diameter and thinner smooth muscle layer than the artery because the function of the vein is to contain and transport the blood. Vein valve is the structure to avoid the flow back of the blood, especially when the blood flows from the lower part of the body to the heart. At any given moment, about 30% of the blood in the systemic circulation can be found in the arteries, 5% in the capillaries, and 65% in the veins. The cardiovascular system is also called the circulatory system because it is responsible for the blood flow of the entire body. The circulation has 2 types: pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. The pulmonary circulation moves blood between the heart and the lungs. The systemic circulation moves blood between the heart and the rest of the body. The circulation sends oxygenated blood to the cells and returns the deoxygenated blood to the heart. Coronary circulation, as part of the systemic circulation, supplies the heart muscle. If the coronary artery is clogged, coronary heart disease occurs.